Hello everyone, I am Shantanu Sharma. I am co-founder of Woodbox and we help organizations of all sizes reduce their carbon footprint through green and sustainable procurement. On this channel, we talk about everything related to climate change, what organizations are doing to adopt sustainability and reduce their carbon footprint, sustainable procurement, and what you can do to make your business future ready through this. If this sort of content is meaningful to you, do subscribe to the channel so that you get to know every time a new video comes out. If you think this is meaningful for somebody else, do share it ahead and let them also join in. In this video, we are going to talk about some FAQs that we received related to green and sustainable procurement. Let's try to cover those questions as clearly as possible so that each of you can adopt those, and maybe these are questions that you also have on your mind. So question number one that we got was, let's say I'm a medium-sized company or a small-sized company and I want to reduce my carbon footprint by adopting sustainable procurement. How do I go about it? In our previous videos, we've also highlighted steps that you can take to adopt green procurement. That will give you a much more detailed view of what you need to do. You can check that video out on our channel. We've also shared examples of how countries and municipalities have done this for their own requirements. You can see those also on the channel. To answer this question simply, you first need a clear documentation in place which tells you what are your key priorities on your procurement list, which will impact your overall carbon footprint. So you have to calculate your current carbon footprint or have an estimate of it, and where are you going to take it. So you set goals based on your current status on carbon emissions, and you say, okay, green procurement will help me reduce this by X amount. And in procurement, these are the areas which are priority for me and I want addressal for them. This is the initial documentation which is required. And if you have this in place, trust me, more than half your work is already done. Because then it is just going out and finding the right people to help you. So the first step is getting the document in place. The step after this is figuring out who can help you with an entire spectrum of procurement or products that can help you reduce your carbon footprint. We can help you in trying to adopt different kind of products, and these could range from anything to utilities for your offices, merchandising needs, gifting needs, your stationery, your IT equipment, anything that can help you reduce your carbon footprint can be arranged. You can always reach out to us and we'll try to help you as best as possible. That's the second step. The third step is monitoring what happened over a period of time. So let's say your priority areas are, I want to adopt products in my office which are more eco-friendly or sustainable, and you adopt those products. Then after some time you have to understand how much is the difference you've got. So initial goal setting, action, and the result of that action. That's what you need to do in a nutshell. We may think that it's very complex, it's very difficult to achieve, but it's actually not. It can be simplified into steps and you can achieve it. All organizations today can become sustainable, can become green if the intent is there. And a lot of our videos earlier have already shown that to you. The second question that we got, question number 2, was about the cost of green procurement. That is it costly? Is it expensive? How different is it from my current procurement? So you have to look at the lifetime value. You have to look at the overall cost, the entire amount of money you will be spending on something, and what is the return that you get on it. If you look at something which you're going to buy today at a lower cost, then of course today, if you compare a sustainable product with a non-sustainable product, there will be a difference in cost. But if you look at the lifetime value or the overall amount that you'll end up paying for something, it will come out much cheaper. I'll give you an example of electricity. If you switch to solar from a grid electricity, ultimately you end up saving a lot of money. If you look at wastewater management, or you look at trying to conserve water for your organization, you end up paying lower water bills. So these are just two big examples. These play out in smaller products as well. That's the second question of the cost element. The third question we got was, as an organization, why should I bother? Why should I look at green procurement, and why should I try to reduce my carbon footprint through procurement? This is a question which we answered in one of the initial videos we made. You can check that out on our channel as well. The response to this is very simple. Today, we are at a point in our history where a lot of countries, a lot of organizations are going to address sustainability and going to address carbon emissions very aggressively and very promptly. The reason for that is compliance. The reason for that is customer demand. The reason for that is ultimately saving cost over the long term. And when a larger organization wants to switch to sustainability and you are a smaller organization, let us understand you are the supplier to that organization, and that organization will want you to be sustainable. Which means today you are at a situation where somebody who is your buyer wants you to be sustainable, because if you are sustainable, you're going to stay in the market. If you're not, you will not be staying in the market. That's a very clear reason for you to do it. Compliances are going to trickle down, and even if you are a very small organization, a micro organization, so as to say, you will still be impacted if you do not address it today. So it will be a good idea to map out what you can do, what are the low hanging for you to address. Try to get on the journey so that you're able to move fast on this. Those are 3 FAQs we tried to answer today. If you have more questions related to green procurement or sustainable products, do reach out to us and we'll try to help you as best as possible. If you want your organization to become a sustainable organization, we can help you with that as well. Do reach out to us and we'll be happy to address any questions. If you have any comments or you want to share some story about how an organization or a country or even an individual is trying to make a shift from a standard way of living to a more sustainable way of living, we'll be happy to do that, and we'll be happy to learn that from you as well. Do like this video if this made sense to you, and if this answered some questions for you, share it ahead with somebody for whom this may be meaningful. We'll be back with the next video very soon, where we'll try to cover more about green procurement and try to explain to you how you can convert your entire office space into a green office space. Let's look at that in some of the coming videos. Hope you like this video and it made sense to you. Thank you so much for watching.